Hey TOTALmtg fans, it's Deck Tech Tuesday, and this week I am brewing a standard deck. Now I will say that I haven't got some of these cards yet because I'm trying to use a lot of the new cards from the new set, so they should appear, as long as my editing skills are good enough, they should appear somewhere on the screen for the card that I am going to speak about and going to use. So fingers crossed that happens, because I have to record this before I do it, obviously. So this is a ready, aggro-y sort of deck. I've got some bigger creatures in there as well. I was going to go like full maybe dragon package using the 4/4 flyer one as well. The one that when you deal damage to it, deals 3 damage to them as well. Was going to give that a try. But I thought, I want to use Mirroring Dragon. I want to use a lot of other spells, and I think Draconic Roar is really good. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant card, probably one of the best kill cards in there. I just wanted to try something different. You know me, I'll try something a bit different. So, we are going to lead off. So, I do have one of these in my collection at the moment. We're going to run 4 of these, though. It is Insolent Neonate. It is a vampire creature. It's got Menace. It's a 1/1. Nothing special, but the ability of discard a card, sacrifice it, and then you get to draw a card. Works well with some of the Madness cards that I've got in the sideboard and in the main as well. I think we just got maybe 1 and 2 in the main. But it's, you know, it's a little bit of a card drawing engine, and it's a 1-drop. It's hard to find, you know, really good 1-drops that aren't going to rotate out soon. But that's what I'm using. So our 2-drop, which should hopefully be appearing on the screen now, is a Fury Blade Vampire. Going to use 4 of these. I'm going to try it in a mono red deck rather than like a dedicated vampire deck. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may discard a card. If you do, it gets +3/+0 to end a turn. So to me, it's a really good 2-drop, which is what red decks need, is a good 2-drop. Maybe, you know, it's going to work better with a lot more Madness cards, but you know, this deck is going to be changing. It's hopefully going to get better. You know, I'm bored of the human decks. I'm bored of bank companies, you know, I'm bored of everything like that. So I'm going to try red. It might not be as strongest yet, but hopefully with Kaladesh as well coming, we're going to get some more powerful red cards. Because we didn't get much from Shadows, to be honest. But this card seems pretty good. And the important thing as well, it has Trample. So, you know, it could be pretty good with some of the spells like going to Titan Strength. You know, you're booming it up straight away, attacking him for 7 with a 2, you know, with a 2-drop. It could be really good. The next card is a 4 of Hanweir Garrison, also from the new set. It's a 2/3 that melds with the land that we're going to play, Hanweir Battlements. But this is pretty good on its own as well. It's a 2/3. If you remember Goblin Rabblemaster, this isn't quite the pressure of Goblin Rabblemaster, but you know, when it attacks, you put 2 1/1 red human creature tokens onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. You know, it is a human, unfortunately. But you know, when it flips over, when it melds with the land, if you can get that, a 7/4 trample haste, and when it attacks, you get to put 2 3/2s down, which, you know, that is pretty much, that's a bit of pressure. I like that card. So this was a card that I want to try as well. This is a 3 of. We're going to run Impetuous Devils. 6/1 trample with haste that you have to exile. You have to sacrifice at the end of your beginning of the end step. God, if I could speak today. When it attacks, up to 1 target creature defending player controls has to block it in combat if able. So, you know, if they've got a creature on there, or you're going to have to maybe take a good creature, but hopefully you will get, you know, it only costs 4. It's pressure. You could be hitting them. You know, if it's a 4-mana spell and you hit them for 6. That's good enough. Do you know what I mean? That, you know, although you get rid of it at the end of the day, 6 damage is a lot of damage. So we're going to run 3 of them. A card. I have one of these in my collection. I've only pulled a few packs at the moment. Mirroring Dragon. This is the card I'm going to try. 3 of these. It's got a nice big body. Stays away from languish and stuff like that. It's a 4/5. When a player casts an instant or sorcery spell that targets only this dragon, that player copies that spell for each creature that he or she controls. So, you know, if they try to kill it, you know, try to murder this, potentially going to murder all their creatures if they've got creatures as well. And obviously it works as well that if they try and pump their creatures, there are not many, you know, decks run those sort of pump cantrip sort of effects. It will obviously pump all their creatures as well. But obviously we can play that game as well, which is why we have Titan Strength in our main board as well. But it's a nice body, 4/5. You know, gonna give it a try. Gonna run 3 of them. The next, just one more creature. Gonna run a 1 of Bedlam Reveler, also from the new set, Eldritch Moon. It's a 3/4, costs 8, but you can reduce its cost for each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard by 1 for each one. It has prowess. It's a draw. You know, you can draw cards from it. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand. You know, red runs out of cards pretty easy. Then you get to draw 3 cards. So that's pretty sweet as well. And hopefully, you know, we run 19 cumulative 19 instants and sorceries. So hopefully by the time we get to drop this, it'll be a lot less, and we have a few left. And obviously prowess it up. Nice toughness as well. So that is our 1 of Creature of Bedlam Reveler. So now we will get to the spells. We run a 4 of Fiery Temper. Like I said, it's got the madness cost, so we can discard it with our creature Insolent and maybe do that as well. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. We're going to run, how many of them? 4 of them. Collective Defiance. We're going to run 3 of these. Really like this card. The Escalate 1, you know, only costs 1. You get to choose 1 or more. Target player discards all cards in his hand, then draws that many cards. Deal 4 damage to target creature or 3 damage to the head as well. So, you know, you pay 4, you know, potentially do like 4 damage to a creature and 3 to the head. That's pretty good, to be honest. So next card I'm going to try, guys, is Incendiary Flow. I'm going to run 4 of these. I like this card. Deals 3 damage. It is a sorcery, but deals 3 damage to target creature or player. If it's dealt damage, get to exile. So, you know, while these Hang of Axe are still in play, it's going to deal with them. Maybe deal with Planeswalkers as well. It's a sorcery, but only costs 1 and a red. Going to run 4 of them. Like I said, Titan Strength. We're going to run 4 of these. Maybe just a little spell at the end of us. You know, if we've got our Mirroring Dragon out, you know, make a few creatures, we can just get in for the win with this Titan Strength. You know, it'd be brilliant if we got a meld. You know, the dream, the melded, the melded land with Hanweir Garrison, target Mirroring Dragon. It's a dream. Maybe it'll happen one time, and then we are just attacking with loads of 6 power and 7, 8, 10 power creatures. That would be the dream. And we're going to run a 4 of a Galvanic Bombardment. Deals X damage to target creature, where X is +2 plus the number of cards. Name this in the graveyard. So, you know, late on in game, if you have to discard this because you're not going to, you know, 2 damage to a target creature, it's not going to be good enough. You can discard this and then maybe play another one where it's going to do 4 damage, which, you know, might be, you know. So it's always potential early game to kill a creature, late game if you don't need it to discard with the madnesses maybe. You know, something like that. It might work either way. So we're going to try 4 of them. You know, Fiery Impulse is a great card as well, but I want to start using Galvanic Bombardment. So I'm going to use them. The land base is pretty simple. We're going to have, how many lands? We're going to run 22 lands, 19 mountains, and then we're going to run 3 of the Hanweir Battlements. Adds the colours to your mana pool. You tap a red, target creature gains hasten to end a turn, and then if you both own the Hanweirs, Garrison and Battlements, you get to exile and then you get to meld them for 3, tapping it and 2 red, which looks pretty sweet to me. So let's get to the sideboard, guys. This sideboard is where we are. Let's get where we are. So we're going to run a couple of Rending Volleys. Can't be countered. Deals 4 damage to target blue or white creatures. We're going to run some roasts, couple of roasts. 5 damage to target creature without flying. It's a nice card, that one. Exquisite Firecraft. Maybe we need to bring these in because these ones, if there are 2 or more instant sorcery cards in it, can't be countered by abilities. You know, so we're going to pretty much have that with the amount of spells we have. Good against control players, and obviously 4 damage to target creature players, also very good as well. This is one of the madness cards in the sideboard. Distemper of the Blood. You know, I look at this and playing it for 1. To give a creature +2 and trample, which is, you know, it's pretty sweet to give that. There is another card that, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. There's instant speed 1 +2, 1 trample. But maybe, you know, I want to give maybe this a try. Maybe the other card is better, or maybe not to have them at all, you know. Sideboards are always up for debate, that's for sure. I have none of these in my collection as of yet, but it should be appearing on the screen now. Going to run a 2 of Savage Alliance. Deals 1 damage to each creature target. Basically, it costs 2, 3, 2 and a 1, 1 red. It's got the Escalate where you can pay 1 past the first. Creature target player gains trample to end a turn. Creature's target player owns control trample to end a turn. Savage Alliance deals 2 damage to target creature, or Savage Alliance deals 1 damage to each other creature target opponent controls. So very good against, you know, the secure the waste tokens, stuff like that. While we're still seeing a bit of that in some of the control decks, black white control I think plays that. So you know, Savage Alliance is going to be a good sideboard card. Like again, you can pay 1 to have the extra modes. I do like that. And we're just going to run a different creature in the sideboard. 3 of Stormkirk Oculist, or Occultist, however you say it. 2 in a red, creature vampire. Is a madness, so you potentially could play it for 2. Got trample as well, which is nice. Good with Titan strength, stuff like that. Deals combat damage to a player. Exile the top card of your library, and to end the turn you get to play that card. So exiling the top card is nothing to be sniffed at. You know, a bit of card draw going through your deck. You know, works pretty well, and that, you know, that might be a case for the main board this card, but it's just testing the deck, see how it fares up. You know, testing against your local metas. Maybe, you know, give it a change around. Let me know what you think of this deck. Any cards you'd like to bring in. You know, the Chandra Flamecaller Planeswalker, possibly. It does cost 6, but you know, it's a very strong red card. Whether it fits this deck, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, guys. This has been Deck Tech Tuesday. Hope you like the deck. It's something a bit different, you know, for you mono-red players out there. Hopefully you like it, and you know, hopefully it can get back on the mat, and you know, hopefully maybe win a couple of tournaments again when we get a few more good cards from Kaladesh. But this is what I'm going to rock at the moment, just to be a bit different. Getting red does burn. That's what we like, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Cheers, guys.